Emma, silly question, but how do you feel?
I'm super excited. Yeah. It's still sinking in for sure. I was not expecting the race to be that fast, and just have a lot to process right now between becoming an Olympian and running a huge PR. I couldn't be happier.
Yeah, it really is like the best possible day scenario. Between you and your training partners, was there much of a conversation about how this race was going to go out? Obviously, it was Ellie at the front really pushing the tempo. Was there any conversation at all, or did you all sort of have your own individualized plans?
Yeah, we had our own individualized plans, but we knew each other's plans. So I knew that Ellie was going to make it a fast race, and I knew that that was going to benefit me. And so it was definitely an advantage to know that. I didn't know it was going to be quite that fast, but I think it's a good thing. And I think we just completely elevated U.S. distance running today like that. Yeah, so it's just amazing. Yeah.
You didn't know it was going to be that fast, but did you feel like a race that fast beforehand? Did you think that a race that fast was in you?
I thought I could run 3:57. And I was hoping to run 3:56 by the end of the season. I didn't know I could run 3:55 today. So, I definitely surprised myself. I think a lot of people surprised themselves today.
7 people with all the PBs by their name.
Seriously.
Emily, obviously, Scotland is Scotland. Oregon is Oregon. But the fact that it's you and Nikki, up there doing your thing in Scotland, at any point during the last stretch of that race, is that kind of okay? Hey, I'm with the person or people that I need to be, and if we did it in Scotland, we can do it here. Or are you just completely turning your mind off at that point?
I was just running for my life the last 200 meters. I wasn't thinking too much about who was around me. Obviously, it's really easy to pick out my 2 teammates. I knew they were next to me, and I remember thinking the last, it was with 150 to go, how cool is this? The 3 of us were in a line. I knew Nikki was coming, so I was just running for my life, focusing on myself and just trying to get across the line.
So, to accomplish what you did there, and then now to have this, to set up yet another opportunity, to potentially get to an Olympic final and whatnot. When there's that level of consistency in the biggest races, on the biggest stages, what has that done for you, just to provide, kind of that reassurance and that belief that it's it doesn't matter the field, it doesn't matter indoor, bank track, outdoor, oval, I'm ready to go.
No, it gives me a lot of confidence. I think that I am a consistent runner, and a very consistent runner, and that's one of my superpowers. And I know that even if I'm not feeling 100%, I can get it done. And so I just keep drawing a lot of confidence from all of these different races, for sure.
Does today's race have you redefining your goals?
Absolutely. My goal was to make the team. I thought that it was realistic, but it was going to be very hard to do. And if my goal, when I hopefully made the team, was to make it to the final at the Olympics, and so that hasn't really changed. But now I'm okay, maybe top 8. I don't know, top 6. Who knows? I think I have a lot more thinking to do, and I definitely will have to start redefining my goals.
But to run at 55, when you said maybe 57, did it? I know it was hard, but did it feel like that took every ounce of everything that I've ever had to give to run 55, or do you feel okay, we still see a path to where it could be 54 or 53 if it needs to be?
That definitely felt like it took everything in me today. But I think that we might not be peaked yet, so I'm not sure. I hope that,
Okay.
I hope there's more in there. I think that there is, and if not this year, then next year. I think that I get stronger each year, and so I hope to continue on that same trajectory, and I don't think that I'm not done yet.
You said you thought this race elevated American 1500 meter running. How do you think that's been accomplished? What factors go into elevating this event?
Wow, honestly, a big part of it's just been watching Ellie do what she's doing. The fact that she came back from the 5K and was able to do what she did today in the 1500, that's huge, and she's really been paving the way and showing us what's possible. Her running 3:56 at the pre-classic was super inspiring to me, and being her teammate and getting to be around her all the time, at least for me, definitely elevates me and makes me a better runner, and I think that other women in the 1500, even if they're not training with her, feel the same way. So,
can you tell us a little bit about Coos and how you think he's helped your team, helped you specifically, like, achieve this?
Yeah, I think that, I mean, he's just like mastered his craft, right? He's an amazing coach, and I think that he's like, one thing that's really special about him is how he's able to develop athletes. I think that, I mean, me, Heather, and Ellie, all three of us come from smaller colleges, and we were a little bit underdeveloped in our college careers, and I think he's just does such a great job with helping us progress and get to this next level.
You remember who's like recruiting coach to you in school? What was the draw, I guess, when he was trying to get you to join the team?
He didn't have to say anything. I was following Heather and Ellie's careers, and I started following the team as a whole, and I liked what I saw, you know? I mean, Mark has such a great resume, it speaks for itself. He didn't have to do any recruiting. I had my mind made up before I even visited the team. I was like, that's the team I want to be on. And then visiting that team really solidified it for me. And being on the team for two years now, I definitely made the right decision. So couldn't be happier with my situation with training, and I have the best training partners, great facilities. New Balance is an amazing sponsor, and I just have such an amazing team of people backing me, and I couldn't be more thankful.
It's a little bittersweet.